Hey guys, my name is Pedro Randall. I am from Academic, and today I will present to you my top 5 best known protagonist characters in the animes. So, the top 5 is the rival of Goku, the Prince of All Saiyans, and one of the most pride persons that I ever seen in my life. This guy, the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta, the Pride Warrior. Uh, the number 4 of my list. It's one of the most overpowered characters that I ever seen. Uh, he is a teacher of Itadori, the protagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi and Noban. His name Gojo Satoru, this beautiful guy over here. The number 3 of my list is uh, the strongest human of this anime and the captain of the Special Operations Squad, the Captain Levi Ackerman. The number 2 of the list is one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the One Piece. Uh, it's one of the most mysterious guys too. It's an inspiration for Luffy became a pirate. It's this guy Shanks, and the number 1 of this list, uh, the teacher of Minato, the adoptive grandfather for this little guy here, and his teacher too, the most loyal friend of Tsunade, Jiraiya, my favorite non-protagonist character in all animes in the history. This is the number 1. This is the final list.
In fifth place, I put the moment when Shigaraki removes Overhaul hands, preventing him from using his powers. After that, Overhaul goes crazy and starts to scream in despair. Here, in fourth place, I put the time when Geld, the orc, smashes with a lot of punches the enemy of the slime called Chogo. This scene is from the anime called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The second place goes to Naruto, when we see Itachi Uchiha killing his entire clan, including his parents and his friends, only leaving his brother alive. The first place goes to the first episode of Demon Slayer. In this episode, Tanjiro's family gets killed by a demon, and when he comes home, he sees his whole family dead.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I am from Academic, and today I'm going to show you my personal top 5 movies from the Ghibli studio. It's a very personal list, but here we go. And the Ghibli studio is so known in Japan because it's just like a big studio of anime movies. You know, that's the closest explanation I can give right now. And for your information, they work for years in just one piece of a movie. Like, it's literally masterpieces because when it's ended, it's just so well productive and so beautiful. So here we go, my personal top 5 movies. Starting with the number 5, that is My Neighbor Totoro. Personally, I think that it's a movie directed to children because it tells the story of two sisters, and to be closer to their mother that is in the hospital. They go to a new house, and it's such a new place, a new city, I think. And they go to a forest, and a lot of things start to happen, and they meet Totoro, that is a spirit, but he's such a cute creature, and it is a pretty beautiful and cute movie. I think your kid or kid in a family, your friend will love it. The number 4 of the list is a movie that tells the story of a little witch that is starting her journey as a witch. Is called Kiki Delivery Service. This is Kiki. In the first part of the movie, you can see Kiki with her family in her house, telling her family that she wants to start her journey as a witch. That is sort of a ritual with the witches from her family. So her mother did the ritual. That is basically going to a new city and taking care of themselves, developing the power that she's going to develop, and starting her own journey. And it's such a beautiful story because she finds her power, that is delivering. The number 3 of my list is, I think, is the most famous movie of Ghibli Studio, is Spirited Away. That is such a crazy story, but it's so beautiful, and it have a lot of details, a lot of beautiful details, and it's such a beautiful story. It tells the story of Shihiro when she's going to a new house with her parents, but somehow she gets lost of them and she needs to find them again. And she also goes to a spa for spirits, and she makes a little nice friend, but a lot of enemies too, and she needs to get away with it. It's such a beautiful story. The number 2 tells the story of a little young girl that is called Shizuku, and she's such a cheerful girl, and it's called Whisper of the Heart. She's writing a song, she loves to read, and she's on vacation. And all the books she wants to read in the library has a name of Seiji, and suddenly they meet. It's such a beautiful piece of art, and she wants to be a writer when she grew up, and you get to know her family and her friends. It's such a cute story. It was the first movie that I saw from Ghibli Studio. And finishing the top 5 movies, my favorite movies from Studio Ghibli, is the first one, that is House Moving Castle. It tells the story of Sophie, a girl that works in a hat shop, but one day a witch put a spell on her, and she turns suddenly 80 years old, and she starts her journey to reverse the spell. And then she goes to Howl's Moving Castle and she meets Howl, and it's a really beautiful and touching story ever. I really love this story. It's my comfort movie. I really recommend it to you. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
Hey guys, in my second video about something in top 5 something in animes, I choose talk about my favorite girls in the animes in general. So the number 5 of this list is one of the most kind persons that ever exist, and it's the Byakugan princess and the wives of Naruto, and it's her, Hinata Hyuga. The number 4 of my list is the brother of Straw Hats and the girl who dreams that draw the whole world map uh, since she's a kid, and one of the girls who Love Saves. It's her, Nami. The number 3 of this list is one of the most fun and talkative characters of the animes. But if you underestimate her because of this or don't think she's beautiful as she thinks, she probably will kill you. Nobody. It's her. The number 2 of my list is a girl who unfortunately have a lot of traumas and tries to always save all people, especially Erin, the protagonist. Uh, and she was the best of her class, and she's one of the best soldiers they ever had. Her name is Mikasa Ackerman. And the number 1 is the rank S. It's the most high class of mage in Fairy Tail. The most powerful woman of the best guild of whole world, and like she's like a big sister for Natsu and Grey. It's her, my number 1 favorite girl in all anime. Erza Scarlet.
In 5th place, we have our One Punch Man fighting against his disciple. Again, it was a really easy fight for Saitama, but it was really nice to watch. In 4th place, specifically in the movie from My Hero Academia, we see student and teacher fighting together against a very strong villain with a very nice animation. Now here in 3rd place, we see Levi fighting against dozens of police officers and winning against them. Now the man who always wins with one punch fights against somebody who can resist more than a lot of his punches, with a very breathtaking animation. The first place goes to an anime with a very animation shown recently. Here, our protagonist Tanjiro fights against a very strong demon called Rui.
There's no doubt that songs are one of the best parts of animes, so I decided to collect the 5 best songs of animes. Let's see! The first one is Welcome from Dorohedoro. And Dorohedoro is about an amnesic man who has his face disconfigured by magic, and he tries to recover his original face and his memories from past. Jujutsu Kaisen is the second one, and it's one of the best animes ever, and talks about a man who eats a demon finger, and in his journey he has to break free from this demon who is in his body. You couldn't miss Naruto. That is one of most classic animes in the history. Everybody knows. And now I decided to put Bluebird, that is also a classic song of this anime that everybody loves. This song calls Easy Breezy and is from Keep Your Hands from Eizouken. And the anime talks about a group of strangers that work together to create the best anime series ever. The last one is Sparkle from Your Name. And Your Name is like the best movies ever, and It talks about a guy and a girl who lives in different places at Japan, and they switch their bodies every day, and they has to live their lives that they don't know, and they start to have a connection between them, and it talks about a beautiful history.
Hey guys, this is will be the last list I will bring to you. We'll have some spoilers because the theme is scenes that I cried the most. So if you want to watch and of course care about spoilers, don't. If you want to watch Sword Art Online, Your Lie in April, Charlotte, One Piece, and Naruto, I recommend you not watch this video. And the number 5 of the list involves this girl over here. She wants to have her name in the Hall of Fame of this game. So because she have a terminal illness and she wants to end with glory, and after she makes this possible with Asuna and her friends, she dies, and when she dies, a lot of clans came just to show some respect for her, and it's a very emotional scene. The number 4 of the list needs to explain to understand why it's so sad. This girl over here is a character of Charlotte, and in Charlotte we have some people that have powers. So the brother of her is the main character, and he have powers. The other brother of her have powers, and she have powers too. She can activate in all anime practically, but has one time when she activates this, and activate when she's threatened by a colleague with a knife for jealous, and she unfortunately, without want, without know true, she activate this power, and all school goes down because it's too much power. And the main character, her brother, try to search for her, but uh, only sees a dead body of her sister and start to have a little depression in the anime. It's very sad. Uh, the number 3, it's about this girl over here, Kaori. She wrote a letter for the main character Arima Cozy, and in the letter, after she dies, Arima Cozy know in this moment with this letter then she likes him. She is inspired by him since she was a kid, and all the little things up in the anime. So it's very, very sad and very, like, it's very emotional. This moment, this the last episode. The number 2 of my list is the scene, as you can see why he's dead, and the main character and his brother. And this is why it's so sad, because Ace dies protecting Luffy, and it's a very sad moment because die in front of him, protecting him, and like a big brother, then he is for him. and yeah, it's a very sad moment. And number one of the moment that I cried the most, it's when he dies and he discovers, like when he dies it's sad, but when he discovers it's like the most thing that I ever cried in my whole life. Uh, it's like Naruto don't have any parents, so Jiraiya is like a grandfather for him. So you can imagine it's like uh, heartbreak. See the scene when he
In
discovers.
fifth place, I put the time in Sword Art Online when Kirito and his friends discovers the real final boss from the game, and they discover that the real final boss is the creator of the game. Jujutsu Kaisen stands in the fourth place, showing us the strongest technique of the strongest guy in the anime, Gojo Satoru, his domain expansion. Now here in the third place, we finally see Armin using the power of the Colossal Titan against a whole fleet of Navy ships, sending all of them straight into the air. In second place, we have the humanity's strongest soldier from Attack on Titan fighting again with the Beast Titan, the one who killed the most important person for him. Now, in Naruto, in first place, we see the ones who had already been really close friends fighting against each other.